You studied for weeks, wrote the exam, and just a few days later, it feels like you never studied anything at all. It's not because you forgot. It's because your brain is doing something very specific and very systematic. 1. Why the brain forgets. Forgetting is a natural process. Your brain is not designed to store everything. It is designed to store what feels important, repeated, and useful. This means if something is learned quickly and not revised, the brain throws it away. If something feels unimportant after the exam, the brain removes it. If something was memorized without real understanding, the brain doesn't keep it for long. In simple terms, the brain forgets to protect itself from overload. 2. The forgetting curve. The biggest reason students forget. In the late 1800s, psychologist Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered something called the forgetting curve, which explains exactly why students forget after exams. Here's what it says. After one day, we forget up to 50% of new information. After 1 week, we forget up to 80% if we don't revise. After 1 month, we forget more than 90%. This means that even if students study very hard for an exam, without revision, their brain simply lets go of most of it. This is one of the strongest scientific reasons students forget everything after exams. Everything your teachers told you about studying is actually making you forget faster. Highlighting and rereading aren't study methods. They are signals to your brain that the information is temporary junk. Your brain's pruning mechanism is your greatest enemy. And how to hack your neural architecture. 3. What's pruning? Pruning or synaptic pruning is the process by which the brain removes excess synapses, connections between neurons, that are no longer needed. This process is crucial for optimizing brain function and is part of normal brain development. 4. What if I told you that your brain actually learns better under panic than it does in a month of calm studying? Role of exam pressure. Exam pressure activates the body's stress hormones like cortisol. During exams, this stress has 2 effects. 1. It boosts short-term memory temporarily. That's why students remember everything just for the exam. 2. It prevents long-term memory formation. High stress tells the brain, store only what is needed right now. Once the exam ends, the stress drops, and the brain removes all the temporary storage. This is why students feel like their mind is suddenly blank after exams. The 8 hours before study students. They study late, they rush through chapters, they try to memorize quickly, they mug up formulas and definitions. The problem, short-term memory disappears immediately after the exam pressure is gone. 5. Why rote learning fails after exams. When you truly learn something, your brain physically builds a road between neurons, paved, permanent, usable anytime. Rote learning never builds that road. It just borrows a car for one night. The exam ends, the car is gone, and you're left with nothing. 6. Disuse theory. Use it or lose it. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember any 3 poem that you studied in your high school? The brain follows a simple principle. If you don't use information, the brain assumes it is unimportant. After an exam is over, students stop revising. They stop practicing. They move to the next class. They never revisit old concepts. The brain says, this information is no longer needed, and deletes it over time. This is why Class 10 students forget Class 9 concepts, and Class 12 students forget entire chapters after boards. 7. The illusion of knowing. What if the reason you're forgetting isn't laziness or bad memory, but the fact that your brain genuinely believed it, already knew the material? For example, reading notes again and again feels like learning. Watching long videos gives fake clarity. Studying with books open gives false comfort. But real learning happens only when the brain is forced to remember without seeing the answer. This is called active recall, and it is missing in most exam preparation. 8. Why students remember some subjects but forget others. Ever notice how students remember game stats, movie dialogues, social media trends, song lyrics for years, but they forget physics chapters, trigonometric formulas, chemical reactions. Why? Because emotional connection improves memory. Interest boosts memory. Repetition strengthens memory. School subjects that don't feel relevant or exciting are remembered only long enough to write an exam. How students can remember concepts even after exams. 1. Spaced revision. Most students revise everything the night before. That's like watering a plant once and expecting it to survive a month. Spaced revision works differently. You revisit the same concept at growing intervals. 1 day later, 3 days later, 7 days later, 14 days later, 1 month later. Each time you revise, your brain gets a signal. This information keeps coming back. It must be important. That's when it stops deleting it. 2. Active recall. Here's a simple test. Close your eyes and try to recall everything you just learned in this video without looking back. Hard, right? That discomfort you just felt. That's your brain actually building memory. Testing yourself, not rereading, is what creates lasting knowledge. 3. Interleaving. Your brain gets lazy when you study one subject for 3 hours straight. It goes on autopilot. Switching between subjects every 30 to 40 minutes forces your brain to stay alert and reconnect ideas. It feels harder, and that's exactly why it works. 4. Understanding before memorizing. When you understand why, you remember longer. Nobody forgets why fire needs oxygen because they understand it. They've seen it. But students memorize the formula for photosynthesis without ever asking why a plant needs sunlight. The moment you ask why, your brain stops treating it as random data and starts building it into something permanent. 5. Teach someone else. Ever explained something to a friend and realized halfway through that you didn't actually understand it yourself? That's the entire point. Teaching exposes every gap in your knowledge. Your brain can't fake its way through explaining. It has to actually know. This is why students who teach retain nearly twice as much as those who just reread. 6. Make real-life connections. You remember that a virus spreads fast because you lived through a pandemic. You remember compound interest because someone explained it using your own pocket money. The moment a concept touches your real life, your brain stops filing it under exam stuff and starts filing it under things that matter. Find that connection for every concept you study, and you'll never forget it again.